7, 6, 5.
07 Star Citizens, and
Hello.
welcome back to Answer the Call, your weekly Star Citizen call-in show and podcast hosted by myself and SaltEMike, where we let you guys come in and talk about all things that happen Star Citizen or whatever the topic is this week, which this week, it was a big week, but in terms of podcast topics, kind of boring.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll open the calls. We'll kind of do a whatever you want to talk about call-in section of the show, because a lot of people have things that grind their gears or things that they want to phone to pick with us or things that they want to talk about. But big week. 4.2 went live, and as everyone expected, it didn't work well.
Yep.
Then, well, actually, before 4.2 went live, this is the kind of the crazy thing, 4.2.1 went into Evo Cati, and subsequently went Wave 1 2 nights ago, and that's pretty crazy, and because that doesn't happen, and so that's cool. And 4.2, obviously, the big thing was the worm. Did you get in and do the worm on live at all?
Yes.
How did it go?
Patch release day, I had to give it a go, right? I'd already said, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, that like this patch was going to be my Hathor patch, where it's like this is where I'm going to try to actually grind through that and whatnot. But did the worm on day one. 4 of us attempted it. Originally, I was like, "There's no way that the locations are going to be remotely." Safe or anything. So we'll grind Pyro 4, try to get a bunch of the keys so we can maybe spend a day doing it. So we spent a couple of hours doing that. No problems at those locations. It worked really, really well for us. We didn't have like decent issues. No, there was no PvP at Pyro 4.
Yep.
For us, which to be fair, there's 10 locations there. It was also midday Australia time on Australia servers, so it's a little bit less population.
Yep.
But yeah, we had no PvP at Pyro 4. So we did a bunch of that, and then to finish it off, we were like, all right, we'll do one worm attempt. When we got to Pyro 1, lots of people at the Lazarus centers. Just the entry though, right? Just those first
to get on the tram, or when you first
to get on the tram.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had not issues there. We had conflict there, actual conflict. And then eventually that person just left.
Okay.
Like we bounced around a little bit on the Lazarus centers because there was one where there was an Idris actively destroying something. So we're like, all right.
Yep. No bother. He's just going to nose down and never die.
Exactly.
Great game design. We love it.
Yep. So we ended up going into the worm room. When we got there, no one there.
Yep.
So no one at the actual worm place. We spawned the worm, no issues. I had to leave halfway through the worm encounter, but it was all working. And then from the people that were helping me let me know later on, the elevators weren't working, the mining the pearls wasn't working. So it was like it was kind of cool. It was like every little bit was working until the actual reward, and then nothing worked.
Yeah, I see on UEX that the pearls are up for sale now. So the hotfix, one of the things in the hotfix, I believe, was to fix pearls potentially. So I believe that part is fixed. I don't know about the freight elevators. We had a very similar experience as well. As soon as the patch dropped, we went in. No PvP at Pyro 4. Same deal. The locations are obviously super spread out. And guess what? Absolutely zero PvP at Pyro 1. I did not come across a single person. We killed the worm on I think the 6-hour mark from when the patch launched, and nothing. We killed it. It was the same thing. No pearls, no freight elevator. We put we put all 6 teeth on the tram, brought them back, so we got everything out that you could possibly get out. It was a good time. I don't see myself doing it again outside of farming material to sell or something like that. It was a cool one-off thing, but I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is I think people thought that this was going to be PvP hell, and it just hasn't been. I did it today because I'm still on my playing on my alt account, and I'm just trying to get the shotgun, and I can't get it. Every time I open a room, it's gone. It's not there, so it's getting really annoying. I've been to 3 or 4 Lazarus locations and still haven't seen it. So just bad luck. And but I got 2 Pico balls.
Nice.
So sell your Pico balls if you have them, because they're spawning in prison. They're spawning at Hathor. They're spawning at Lazarus. So don't tell anybody. Mine's up on UEX for 7 mil right now. Let's see how it goes.
Holy crap,
that's how much they go for. Yeah, that's how much they go for pre this. So we don't know. Like people may not know. So I'll let the market kind of take care of it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with that, that was kind of it. And then we did Hathor the next day. So our org's been trying to be like more active. So every day there's been a fleet, but we've been trying to do something different. So the first day was the worm. Second day was Hathor. Hathor, first one, no PvP. Do a whole easy peasy, no issues, right? Everything worked perfectly. I think I lost a key, but like that was like the worst thing that happened. And then next one, we're rolling up to the hole, and there's a Polaris there, and there's two people outside, and me and another guy go in, and there's 3 people in the hole. We kill all 3 of them, the 2 of us. Then they come in with a couple more. We kill them, and then it all of a sudden turned into 4 different orgs fighting all at the same time. Idris's, Polaris, everything, everywhere. It was chaos. It was like when Hathor launched a few months ago. It was so good. The PvP was crazy good. I don't know how many kills. I had 160K in fines. So it was like, it was crazy, and it was a good time. I eventually had to go. So I don't know how it exactly concluded, but it was so fun. It was so fun. The whales were up in the air, and I was having fun with my P8 AR. It was a good time. And we got a bunch of Karenite, bunch of Saldinium and stuff like that. So it was fun.
Yeah. Went to go try Hathor today to see if it was indeed working better than what it was previously. We had no real problems. We were only able to do 1 satellite. Time constraints, but the only real problem that we had, not bug related, was that a person had arrived there just before us and taken one of the satellite keys with them, so we couldn't finish that one off. But like the keys were working.
Yep.
It was just a little dodgy. So like we were having a lot of inventory problems, which is also what I'm hearing from a lot of people.
Yes.
Is either
just
interaction delay
hiccups.
Or just straight up inventory.
Like hurt server hiccups in many different forms.
Yeah. So I am glad that it's able to work, but the desync was terrible. The interactions were bad. So I'm hoping it gets a little bit better over the next couple of days. I was not on the hotfix patch as well.
I'm still not on it.
Someone in my chat said that some of those issues got resolved through the hotfix, which I don't really know how it works, but sure. So I'll try that again tomorrow probably.
Mm-hmm. And then the rest of what I've been doing is like contested zones with my alt account, and it's kind of funny. I was ready to turn in. I got a full set of keys solo, and I was ready to turn them in, and then they kind of announced that 4.2 was going live. So I went, I turned in the keys, and I got a Sulin, and I was like, "Fuck!" But guess what? They had already set the long-term persistence point before I turned in the keys. So I now still have all my keys, and I have no Sulin. So I could just go back and try again. Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
If you get a Sulin again, it's going to be hilarious.
Well, I think the Sulin's like 50% of the time.
Oh, wow.
So it's like highly likely you're going to get a Sulin, and then all the other ones are super low percentages. So fingers crossed. I'm basically trying to hurry up for, I guess, the main thing that we'll discuss today, which is 4.2.1, because it's supply or die. It is cargo. Everything is cargo. So I want to play on this alt account kind of exclusively because, again, I talk a lot of crap about Star Citizen, and I want to play with just a starter account. So I just have my cutter, and yes, I've been having more fun. I've also kind of pushed a lot of like rules on myself. Like I can't go and buy ammo. I can't go buy armor. I gotta find everything.
You're doing like a pseudo Iron Man type thing.
Yeah. So it's fun because of that too. But yeah, it's been a good time. So I need to get a cargo ship for that. So yeah, I don't know. You said you weren't able to jump in and play, but you've read the patch notes. So I guess let's start out with your thoughts, and I can provide some additional context to that.
Yeah.
Oh, so also there's a play test today before we jump into that 4.2 play test. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe they'll get some data, do some hot fixing for the stuff that we are complaining about, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it seemed cool. So it even in the patch notes, it did just seem like it was Supply or Die like part 2.
100%.
Hopefully without the issues that we had of people just moving stuff from Jump Point Magnus all the time.
Yes,
like
I can confirm that. In the patch, you read the description. Also, everybody, please read the mission descriptions when you play. They will give you additional details that you may not have expected about the way things work. But the main thing here is the commodities that they've chosen. We don't know if they'll stick with them. They didn't in the last one. Corundum, copper, and tungsten. And it specifically says those will not be for sale anywhere during the event.
Cool.
The only place you get those commodities are mining or at this event. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Supply or Die, but like this time our choice matters for lore reasons rather than mattering for reward reasons. Is what is the way that I read this event.
Not true. So
okay.
I think there are a number of rewards in each path. And I think individual players, can do each path. Like all of them.
Cool.
So one player can turn in for all 4 planets. And whichever planet wins is lore reasons. But I think you get multiple rewards in each planet, and I think you can do all 4 planets. So
cool.
Yeah, I heard something about 20 rewards or something like that. So 5 in each.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of cargo because the first thing is 2,826 SCU for the first reward. And I don't know what the rewards are.
Okay, interesting.
Because I don't know if they're showing up or anything right now. I'm assuming they're hiding them, but that's kind of cool. And
that is.
I'll give you more details on the missions if you want, but unless you want to discuss some of them before I give like how they actually work.
Well, yeah. So I assumed resource gathering was like, go and do some mining, whatever. And then the other missions sound pretty simple. Hauling's pretty self-explanatory. The recover cargo and the support attack ship. We've had missions like that before. I guess we never had needed to go and get the cargo from them. I assume they play like that.
Okay, you ready? It's kind of cool. Yeah. Resource gathering is, you're correct, it's mining. And it doesn't tell you how much they pay per SCU, but whatever you turn in, it will pay per SCU. There's no it doesn't tell you anywhere. Then recover cargo is exactly how you would expect. It's a cargo ship that's out there somewhere. You have to kill the enemies around it, grab the cargo, turn it in. What's cool about this one is if you don't have a cargo ship, guess what? This cargo ship is flyable. You can just turn it on, take it, and bring it to your hangar. Okay?
That's cool.
So so even if you don't have a cargo ship, you can get one through this event. Now, recover cargo has a different thing as well, which isn't mentioned here. Well, it is mentioned here. Or retrieve cargo from a stolen stash. That's a bunker. So you go down to the old school bunkers,
Okay,
and there's one SCU containers all around it, and you got to go take them out. It's tedious as fuck. The elevator's jank as hell. It's really goofy and weird, but it's such a change of pace.
Destroy all drugs, but you try to loot them, and
but you actually move them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they're one SCU containers, not the little guys. So it's it's pretty fun actually, because such a good change of pace. Support attack ship completely broken right now. The ship doesn't spawn, but the mission description says you defend the cargo ship there, and when the cargo ship QTs, the number of containers that were on that ship count towards your goal.
Okay.
Right?
Cool.
Kind of cool. And then hauling is hauling. Very simple.
Yeah.
Now, what's cool about resource gathering is piracy. Any of contracted anything, you turn in here. As long as you don't have a tier 3 crime stat, you can do this mission. So that's how pirates are going to complete the event, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I found containers at an outpost. Pick those up. They counted towards that. So there's all sorts of ways to do it. Kind of bummed out that salvaging is not involved in any of this, which is a bummer. I mean, you could do it, but why would you? And it is supply or die, and it mostly works. My only issue I had was with support attack ship and one recover cargo mission. That you ever see the percentage sign like LS or something like that, like on a description? That's what it said. So it's like some common error that they seem to have every time they set up missions, but they'll eventually work through it, kind of thing. That's all I had.
Cool. How do you go about actually like choosing a faction here? I assume they just all like right off the bat. There's just like
intro mission for each.
All of them available. Okay.
And you don't. I don't think, like I said, I don't think you choose a faction. You just do your intro mission for each, and then you have an availability of like, let's say 12 missions, and you just do them, and you just work you just grind your grind, and then you'll get your rewards if you want them, I think. And then what I think is going to happen, which is going to be pretty cool, is what's your favorite planet, Croncy?
Microtech, probably.
Or fuck Microtech. I'm a Crusader guy, right? And I think, so I think it's going to be like this competition, and I think Spectrum is going to start PvPing each other about like, why is everybody doing Microtech? Like Orison is superior, and like actually getting mad at each other for this stuff. I think it's going to be awesome. So I think I think they've taken supply or die and definitely improved on it and learned some lessons from it. And also, I think they have taken Hathor and Stormbreaker and learn some lessons for it, that it's like, we need to do things like we said we were going to do them, and do things that we already have and not add any more features. This is very featureless because it's all things that we already have. So yeah,
sweet.
I don't have much to say on that. It's just now focus on stability instead of the year of stupidity, right? Yeah. It's like you have the opportunity to kind of turn it around now.
Yeah. I assume the totals are not publicly tracked of the total SCUs that everyone's giving.
What do you mean?
So like I assume it won't be public knowing who is like leading currently of the planets.
No, it is
of the deliveries and stuff. It is? Okay.
Yeah. So how can I do this? I'll bring up my footage.
Okay.
And I'll keep it paused. So let's see. It's in your journal.
Yeah.
Evo footage. I'm trying to think of like, where am I gonna see? Maybe this mission completing is where I'll take it. Basically, it's like same thing as Supply or Die. It's journal, but it's way better done.
Okay, cool.
I'm just going to see, when do I look at my journal, if I look at it at all during the process here. So yeah, and then it'll literally say Microtech is in the lead. And guess what? Microtech was in the lead, and I'm mad about it. I'm really mad about it.
As long as Hurston doesn't win, I think we'll all be happy.
Actually, like I guess my GPU is better now because I have a newer one. So I can actually show my recorded video now, I think. Just trying to see. Here, I'll just kind of bounce through the videos that I have with us.
Yep.
This is a large cargo ship recovery. I think the mission is called Resource Drive. So here I'm just killing a bunch of ships. There's a C2. I think I looked at my Moby Glass for a second there. Yeah, but no, nothing there. Okay, hold on. I'll pause it because this is the resource gathering mission. So it straight up says, Crusader needs your help. Due to the increase in demand, you will not be able to purchase these commodity in the commodity markets, but they can still be mined. And then they literally tell you where to go. So then, like, hey, don't go to those places because you're gonna get pirated. And then, so this is the amount of stuff that I have turned in. Now, I've only turned in one of each because I found one of each randomly at an outpost, and I was just doing the mission. So you take this one and you take the other ones, and then here's the large mission description. When you find the deserted ship, if you think you or your co-pilot will be able to fly it to Seraphim Station above Crusader instead of extracting the cargo, that might be easier for you. Now, what I think the designers don't realize is, why wouldn't you take the ship? Because then you don't have to remove the cargo from the ship, put it on yours, and then remove it again, put it on the freight elevator. Now you just fly the ship and then put it on the freight elevator. It's way faster. But yeah, so it literally tells you, hey, bring a heavy duty tractor beam stuff.
Can you take multiple of these missions at the same time? Because that would be the reason that you would still just like put it onto your ship.
Yeah, you could. It just depends on how many people you have. If you're going to be a solo, yes, your reasoning is obviously super sound. So that's that, and I just literally just take the ship and bring it back, right? And I was playing with Nerve, one of Voidy's guys, and we were just testing to see, like, can you actually pirate this stuff? And you can. So this one actually failed. There's the percentage sign LS at the top. We just couldn't turn any of this stuff in. I just want to see if I bring up the journal. I think I bring it up in this part right here, maybe. See, like, these all ended up counting towards the resource thing. It didn't actually count towards the mission. But no, I didn't bring up the journal, so I'll have to keep looking. Because that's kind of the big deal. Here's the bunker mission, I guess. I don't know where I bring up a journal.
For a hot second. I like that they've added something into it.
Check this out. There you go. Just one SCU containers all around a bunker. And you have to sneak them through the doors.
Yeah.
It's really kind of like tedious. So like doing a bunker is not a solo. I did it solo, but it's not fun solo. I'll tell you that much. I'm just going to keep scrolling. Like, sorry if this is annoying for people, but I literally do not know where I looked at the, you can see how long it's taken me. And I'll show you kind of how I put stuff on the freight elevator. Because the freight elevator or the elevator, you know how it doesn't have a back?
Yeah.
So you can just fall off. I mean, so can the containers, right? So like you kind of have to like line everything up on the side. I'm trying to be like super careful and not have anything fall. All right, let's see. I never look at the journal in this one. Oh no, do I not have a clip of the journal? Oh, here we go. Look, bunker mission complete plus journal. I literally marked it for myself. What a dumbass. There you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
Right? So doing your part in helping solve the regen crisis, assist Stanton's Corporation in completing donations and make a difference today. Each company's totals and your contributions are listed below. Microtech is in the lead. So somebody did 2,248. And then look, at 85, you get a reward. At 311, you get a reward. 777, you get a reward. And 1,500, you get a reward. And then I think at 2,826, you get a reward. I actually did not notice this until right now that it said reward below those. So there's your 5 reward steps. I wonder if I have one, because I definitely turned in more than 38. I kind of want to log into the PTU and look now, but I don't know.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be surprised if the rewards aren't in yet, because that is pretty typical usually.
Pretty typical of them, yeah.
Get put in for a while. Yeah.
Exactly. They're saying I did, but I don't know if I didn't see any reward pop up. Did you guys when you were watching me play? I don't know. But this is how it is. Like, as you can see, I have 47 here at the time.
Yeah.
but I definitely turned in more than that. So yeah. So 5
Cool.
tiers
This
of
is
rewards,
dope.
don't know what they are. But again, we believe that you could do all of them because Nerve did ArcCorp, and then he took the Crusader entry level mission and took a mission, and then we started sharing them between each other. I reached the first milestone, don't know if a message popped up. Okay, I'm going to log in during the podcast then and check just to see, because maybe there's something in my inventory. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
That'd be dope to see.
Yeah. I'll take a quick peek.
Nice.
I assume not, but I think would be fair to do the due diligence, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
This sounds really good. It does sound exactly like they've learned some lessons from Supply or Die.
Yeah.
And modified them in certain ways. Obviously, if it wasn't obvious for everyone, this is a continuation of the story that they're doing with the Regen Crisis. This is also, because we did mention the Roadmap Roundup, this is the event that they were talking about, most likely.
Yes, 100%.
In there. The thing is, so this is obviously the July patch, because they've been doing these monthly patches. July doesn't have a lot in terms of what normally happens each year, with the exception of, I believe, Foundation Festival is in July. So, would not be surprised. Oh, do you?
Wicklow rewards. Some of them are Foundation Festival like skin things, like skinned guns. So like you skin your gun to have Foundation Festival skins on it. Do you think they're overusing Wicklow?
Yes.
Me too. Me too. It's a little much.
I think they're overusing it, but like if it was the same amount of rewards, but there was like 3 different Wicklows, and by that I mean as in like there was like a mercenary version of a Wicklow that's like
exactly
some guy and so on, I think it'd be fine. Because I want those rewards to exist. It's just, why is it? It just keeps being this one guy.
I don't know. But yeah, so I'm logging in right now. I'll let you know. But it does feel like, Wicklow takes the Ascension armor, which is from Foundation Guide Reward. Is that what I saw? I just saw him mentioned. Okay, so yeah, weird. But I don't know what he does with it. But. Yeah, I don't know. He just feels a little overused, but I'm with you. If we had a mercenary one that was focused on bounty hunting, mercenary style rewards, it would be cool. If you had piracy ones that were like, here's hacking chips and like a really good hacking chip or something, right? And things like that. And I think that's where we're gonna get to. It's just we haven't gotten there yet.
Like I'd also like using this system that we have coming for this event, where it is, you choose your faction. If it was also like, I turn in some rewards to Microtech security agent, and that gives me, the Microtech rewards, the Microtech version of Wicklow, the ArcCorp version of Wicklow, and so on, right?
Yeah.
It makes it feel like so that when you actually are participating in the verse and when you're doing all these rep-based things, I don't know, it just makes it a bit more cohesive, I guess. 100% like Wicklow is a testing bed for this mechanic, but it's like, it's just already he's too much.
It's true. All right, I'm grabbing wait. What would this be called? Hold on. I'm grabbing the journal on live. I think it's this. Let's see. Yes, I got it. Okay. Sweet.
Cool.
1 second. I got to like fit it in. I'm basically editing the scene as we speak right now, real quick.
Okay.
Oh, wrong scene actually.
Just
cover me for a second, please.
I'm really curious how this is going to evolve through the story. Like they say in the description, whoever wins will, in lore-wise, win the contract that is required. We don't really know what that looks like. In my brain, I would assume that means whatever the next step is in the story is going to happen at that location, whether it be Microtech, ArcCorp, wherever.
Yeah.
But it's a bit open now. Like this patch release 4.2 has a ton of story, very very thick story about the Regen Crisis. this event is like soft, if that makes sense. It's just kind of like, hey guys, it feels a bit like a activating Jump Town for no reason type thing, where it's just like it doesn't really need a lore reason. It's just to do it, just to have the fun. So,
Correct. Yeah. Here, I almost have it now. Thank you for covering. I will just scroll it down just a tiny bit and we will be ready. All right, I think that's it. So let's switch over. Crusader is in the lead. Get effed, Microtech. And everyone hates ArcCorp. But so that's
it's cool, but it's boring.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's also like the most broken every patch too, because of it's closest to the thing. And now I don't know. I'm gonna look and see in other. There's nothing. Oh, but that Seraphim Station is probably at my home location.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I thought I was there. The only thing I can do is look in assets, but I don't think it's gonna show up.
I feel like if the rewards existed, chat would have also told us by now.
Exactly. Like it's crazy because look at how many thousands of SCU have been turned in. Nobody's seen rewards. It just seems unlikely. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nothing. I mean, this thing doesn't work, but I do have it. So that's kind of cool. So I don't know.
So speculation time. How long do you think the event will go for?
A month till 4.3. It seemed to be pretty.
Month, you reckon?
Yeah.
Supply or Die went for.
I was like 2 patches because it was broken, right?
Yeah.
I do have it. It's just nothing. What does that mean?
Oh, it's probably like you got a reward and it's like a nothing placeholder or something.
Yeah, because Slad plays like Evo and stuff, so he might have it. It's Sladwug in Twitch chat.
Yeah.
You can. It just says placeholder. Is that what it says? Yeah, I've seen the rewards. It's pretty cool. I mean, feel free to. Does anyone care? Feel free to share.
No.
I don't know.
But yeah, cool. So yeah, curious to see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Obviously 4.3 is presumably after 4.2.1. They haven't said anything about a .2.
Oh no, in the roadmap roundup they say 4.3. Like go if we I'll bring it up. 4.3, yeah, I'll bring it up.
Yeah, so
we can touch on that. List is in the leaks. Okay.
But yeah, so the medium armor I know got pushed to 4.3.
Yeah, it's the only reason we know. That there is,
and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I expect we won't receive a 4.2.2 in August. It sounds like they'll go straight to 4.3, but we still don't really know. This one obviously just went into Evo, or just went into Wave 1. So
exactly, and the only other thing that I haven't seen is the Volt pistol. Sounds like any other Volt
which
weapon.
I imagine that's probably related to the rewards.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I think somebody's posting. It's in the comments here. I don't know. Ship paints.
Yeah, always ship paints.
Yeah, it's Hurston that are black and yellow, Crusader that are blue and black, ArcCorp's red and black, and Microtech is white and blue. Then there's multi-tool ones, Volt pistol ones. You got it right. And that's only 3 rewards, so I don't know. Are skins enough to turn in 1,000, 2,000 SCU?
Yes.
You think so? Yeah, I guess.
For sure. Like as long as the skins look good, which I imagine they'll show what they look like, publicly show what they look like before the patch actually goes live, most likely.
Yeah.
But it's also that is not the incentive. The actual incentive is, hey, we want you to get into teams and fight for this thing that's going to be lore impactful, right?
Wait, what?
But we just established whichever faction wins.
Items aren't the incentive. Right. What?
Get this: the experience is the incentive.
I'm confused.
Yeah, like that'll be the big incentive. Like so many people will jump in just so they can, like let's say someone in the chat right now, huge fan of Hurston, also known as being really cringe. They may see that Microtech and Crusader are like fighting for first and second. They're now incentivized to get in because they're like, oh, you know what? I could deliver a couple hundred SCU just by myself. That could like make a dent. And you'll
Meanwhile,
get people jumping in for it.
I'm just going, how can I do all 4 as quickly as possible? So
Yeah.
I think they made a slight mistake here, and I hope they address it by reducing. Hopefully, we don't know how much SCU is on the defend ship mission, because it's all you have to do is kill some NPCs in flight combat, and it goes and delivers the stuff for you. But if you mine, you have to mine, refine, deliver, and it's like there's a lot of steps, a lot of time there. And then like even the other ones, you have to like move the cargo a lot. And there's multiple steps. So I hope they have a reduced SU number at those to balance it out a little bit. Because I think if there's a meta to complete this as quickly as possible, it's, get an interest and laser beam shit, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
Hopefully. Refining does take less time now, but especially with these commodities, it'll be super fast. But it's because all the commodities are common, if these are the ones they stick with. But I hope there's some balance there, because I feel like people are just gonna blow right through it, doing the combat missions constantly, and we'll see.
That's the thing, they will, but like I said, because you have that extra incentive of a infinite number, because it's just you're fighting for position. I think I think this is them testing to see if people will keep doing it. I think they will.
Yeah.
I certainly will. If Microtech isn't winning, I'll probably jump in and do more, even if I've already gotten the rewards.
Yeah, I hope they like come out and are like there's something more to it than just lore. Like there might be like an impactful change in the game at one of these locations, where it's like, this location gets more, I don't know, hangars or something. So you run into less
has better medical facilities or something.
Yeah, just something like where the planet just all of a sudden is like better, so you're competing because you want your spawn location to be better. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I think what you're describing is like actual base warfare when that happens in the future, right? Is like
true.
You get genuine actual gameplay benefits outside of just lore stuff.
Yeah.
But for a certain amount of time. The problem with doing that with like these locations is then everyone just goes there forever, and there's like barely any reason to go to other locations. If it was another situation of just like, you know what? For the next like 2 months, Microtech has a bonus.
Yeah, maybe for a short period of time. Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Working elevators. Yeah, that would be the incentive.
Man, they could do it the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know. So I keep thinking of somebody in chat said they looted 3 new minerals at Tithonus, which is one of the worm locations. I don't know. The only things I've seen there are like phenlamine, baridom, glaucosite, and things like that. So they maybe just don't know that those are.
There's a lot of stuff that's like newish, but it's been there for a bit now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want there to be more than. I don't like, skins are great. Yeah, I want there to be some like the game changes forever because you did this. I don't know what that thing is. What it could just literally be a statue in the game. But I would love to see like something change completely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. Like I said, my speculation is that whatever the next mission is, it will take place at that location. As in, like, so whatever the 4.3 thing is will likely take place at whatever location we've chosen. Because it also needs to be easy enough for them to implement quickly, right?
Yeah.
So, theoretically, a location, as long as the location itself is built, could be like planted relatively quickly. Something like a statue, like putting in a statue is essentially the equivalent of doing like an IAE but less, right? So they should be able to do that relatively quickly, I imagine.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be something like that. The only other thing that it could maybe be is mission related, as in like now maybe from then onwards. Once again, when Microtech wins, Microtech then start offering like a specific type of mission that you can only get with them. But it's pure. It's 100% speculation. I have no idea where they would go with this because they haven't done it before. The time that we thought that they were doing it, it was just a red herring, and we were always wrong. So we
True.
weren't actually choosing anything.
No, which I mean, they literally said it was going to change the way the game plays forever, and it just like didn't. We're like, okay, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. But in the end, my whole thing here is I don't care about this. I'm going to like play it a ton, and I'll probably have some
Yeah.
fun with this. Is right up my alley, but this should open up the door to fixing freight elevators, fixing hangars, fixing inventory, fixing. I mean, there's definitely something with like your ping just goes randomly from 60 to 700, right? Like addressing that, like just like CIG, take a breath, stop making things, and start fixing things. That's what we want from you this year, right? That's what we want from you. So yeah. Oh man.
It's been very funny. So I was thinking about it earlier today. I was like server meshing felt like a success, but it's like everything that you've released this year, that's like really interesting content. CZs, the new worms, Hathor, all this stuff, have had like the same consistent issues over and over again. That it makes me be like, well, it's not really a success if you can't get the new things to work. As we said at the start of the stream, like Hathor working a little bit. CZs, you said working a little bit, right? So maybe it'll be okay. I really am hoping that I do get to spend the next few weeks actually doing Hathor. I was really happy
CZs
today
for
that
me.
at least it worked. Yeah, right.
I didn't
so
do
like
CZs.
actually getting to experience.
Since I haven't done CZ since 4.0. I just started doing them. Yeah, like I'm sitting there going, chat, where do I go? Oh, like opening my glass. And I'm like, do I go this direction or that direction? And oh yeah, go to this door. Oh, okay, cool. And like actually learn. Like 6 months later, I'm actually learning these things. Well, I learned them and then I forgot them. But yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, I want to go back to do the content that was supposed to get worked on and fixed gradually. You know, like it's okay to release it, not perfect, but you got to make it better over time, and they just didn't, and it's sad. So I think I think they have time to do it, hopefully for this one, and we'll see how the fruits of that labor end up happening. Because again, this is the first Wave 1 patch. That's it. So they have an entire month to sit on this thing and make it like the bug fix section should be this big. The feature section should be this big. Or if the feature section has something in it, it should be a quality of life improvement, right? You can now do X, Y, Z. Like if there's ever a time, I might make a thread because I'm so sick of hearing that tier 0 item recovery was the most requested thing. I feel like making a thread and going, request all your features down below. Now that CIG has done Supply or Die version 2, theoretically, they would want to figure out what to prioritize to fix. Maybe we should make a thread and tell them which ones would be to fix. Star map! Quantum travel!
No, what are you talking about?
Inventory!
No one uses inventory.
No, never. Yeah, the player Joker card. Yeah, maybe I'll title it that. So that's what I would want to do, because it's like, hey, if you have some time, maybe it's a good time. Yeah, freight elevators.
I guess this patch, while the event is going to be like large and people are going to be using it a lot, I guess it is the least like I guess like impactful in terms of like how many things are being put in for this whole year so far, right?
Yeah, because even Supply or Die was the first time they did it. So it was broken a lot. There was lots of bug fix. This almost worked out of the box in Wave 1. I mean, who knows when it gets on live, right? As always. But a day 1, Wave 1, and it largely works. That, I mean, they can. Part of me wants them to just take a vacation because they've just been nonstop. But
yeah,
take a vacation from making features and fix it. Do what you said you were going to do. Don't make Chris a liar, because right now he is right. Right now you're lying a little bit.
He's not a liar, Mike. He's a dreamer.
It's true. He was dreaming that they would actually fix their game, and instead, rain and worms and orbital lasers and lag.
Yep.
All
Yep.
all wrapped in one. But I don't know. That's all I got for this week so far. That's this week. I mean, this was going to be the
and
one of the slower podcasts.
Even then, I felt like we stretched it a bit more than we probably could.
Yeah, for sure. We do have one caller.
Just one of those weeks. Yeah.
So we can go to Snugs and see if anybody else wants to call. We'll do a little shout out to you guys this week. We'll probably take what do you want to take? 2 more callers after Snugs, let's say, and keep it at pure whatever you guys want to talk about. You want to ask us something? You want to talk about Star Citizen? Hell, you want to talk about how much fun you're having in Dune compared to Star Citizen because of XYZ things? Try to draw me over to Dune. I got it. I played it for a couple hours. I haven't quite jumped into it yet because I've honestly been enjoying playing on my alt account. So every day I wake up and I feel like I have something I want to do, so I want to do that. So I'll keep an eye on the green room and we'll sneak some of you guys in if there's room. But if not, we'll just stick with Snugs. All right, so Snugs, welcome to the show.
Howdy.
Hello.
How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Doing well. How about you, gentlemen?
Good.
Yeah, doing all right.
What do you want to talk about?
4.2 has been have been really enjoying it so far.
Yep.
Did the worm last night. We went, and before we went, got all of the key cards and then stored them, and before we went in and actually went to Pyro 1 and did everything, we sent 2 people in our kind of group of 4 that we did it with to eat 2 to each place and found working freight elevators at one of the locations and did it. And I got to be honest with you, the whole set of things, it took us probably 3 hours to do all of it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I think we've always felt, I've always felt for so long, like, God, dude, they need to start making a video game at some point. And that was the first time, maybe ever, for me of like, okay, I'm actually playing for 4 hours. I played a video game today. I didn't play a tech demo. I played a video game.
Yeah.
We had a buyer lined up, sold all the fangs for like 10 mil each, pearls for 4 mil, made a boatload of money because nobody can get the stuff out unless it's on the tram. And people are, of course, camping the return of the tram when they find out that you're doing the worm, from what I've been seeing. But it was awesome. And I hope that they get it fixed so more people can do it with like the freight elevators and stuff. But the other thing we also did was we're not going to look at any guides. I know that Mr. Cracking guy does those awesome like 1-page guides that he puts on Reddit. Didn't look at those, looked at environmental clues, tried our best to actually take some time and play the video recorder and read the signs on the wall. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job, but it's all soured by the fact that the most basic stuff still isn't working, and it's super frustrating.
Yeah, like at that location, like your inventory can be like really painful. Like I'm just trying to loot this thing real quick, and it's like click, like it's not happening. And the guy comes around the corner, starts shooting you, and now you have an arm injury that you didn't necessarily need to have, right?
100%.
There's still a lot of gripes and critiques about the location, and it's like, for the people who might be like listening to this and like, oh, he had a good time, but there's this and what about this and that and that. It's like, in general, was this not one of the more well put together experiences that they've given us so far in terms of like from start to finish? It's not overly complicated like CZ's. It's not overly complicated like Hathor. It was a little bit more simple. You get one key and you open some doors, in a sly, sneaky way, and you turn in that key and you spawn a worm and you kill it. It's much more simplistic, but that's a good thing.
Yeah,
it is. It's a lot more of an immersive experience than those ones are. Right?
It is all immersion. That's the whole thing. Like walking up to the Pyro 4 locations is just kind of like it's super pretty, right? From the start.
Yep.
They did a really great job turning Good Doctor into something usable, right? Instead of just the worst map in Arena Commander. And then
Yep.
like the one that everyone wants to quit because their frame rates are so low. And then like I mean, forget about it at the specimen area, right? Just that is like immersion central with the rain and the music
Yeah,
and
the
the
second that you're
worm
coming in from the
sounds.
tram, yep, the music starts popping up. You start seeing all the like radiation lightning, which
Yeah.
is an interesting idea. And then yeah, no, it's super super cool. I think the biggest other than the fact that this itself is really good, my biggest like takeaway from it is this was a main bit of content in a 1 month patch. Not as in it got worked on over a month. It likely got worked on
No.
over many years, including the Valakar, right? But like this is the kind of mission that feeling you try to replicate as many times as you can, because you want people to be able to log in. Maybe like what this you said 3 hours, right? That it took your group to do. You want that to be a thing that people can do, like a 3 hour mission that's that immersive and that interesting once a week forever if possible.
Yep.
So
That's where my gripe
hopefully it
is
means we
about
see
it.
more things like this.
That's my only gripe about
Yeah.
the actual thing is the reward is horrible for killing the biggest enemy we've ever had. It's like, the little Ichty with guns. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's where we should be getting our F7A or F8s or something, like whatever a more grand reward, right? That was the only kind of letdown, is like, well, look at these big teeth. What does the big teeth make? A Wicklow favor. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
like, well, I could just go farm MG script from the missions
exactly
way easier, but you do need the fangs and the pearls specifically for the Wikello Ichty and the Wikello Geo Ichty. I think that is the only way you get them.
But that's fine, but those feel more like okay, if those are a limited time thing, like right now and never come back, badass. But if they are not, I hope that I guess the only feedback I would give is the reward changes for the Valakar over time into something a bit more grand than a less like one of the more one of the least functional vehicles that we have, right? Because it just shoots guns, not big ones.
Yeah, I will say when we were at the location, we all ran out of ammo because we did not read any of the guides or previous material about it. And so we were very underprepared. And so a bunch of us had to like break off and go back into the facility and loot a bunch of ammo. And then the rest of us were like, okay, we need an Ichty because unlimited ammo. Because,
exactly.
Laser repeaters. So we had to go and like mid-fight figure that out while we were super low on ammo, trying to fight the juveniles and the adults that were spawning. And we just made it work by like the skin of our teeth at the end.
The dogs were
I was just out of ammo. Oh yeah. Oh, those were crazy because it was dark. We did it. It was nighttime and like super dark, and it was impossible to see like stuff.
Well, that's one of the
running
things
at you and.
The good job they did with like the atmosphere of the whole thing is even when it's daytime, I think one of them's like always at night, and then the other one when it is daytime, because of all the clouds, it's still incredibly dark and hard to see. So like you will get spooked by a Copian just coming around the corner.
You hear it coming, and you're like, "Is that the fake one sound when they're dead?" Or then all of a sudden it's like you hear it bite you, and you're like, "Oh,
yeah."
But it's been fantastic. I would love. Basically, my frustrations is I really want to be inspired to do it over and over again, like how Croncy described. It's like once a week we get together and do it, kind of thing. And I haven't.
Or something like it, right? Like other versions of like similar.
Hathor. Hathor and CZs. I mean, those are the three kind of home runs that I think that they've hit. They just need to improve on them, right? Some of the rewards at CZs are kind of falling off and not as good. CZ ships don't have better components on them anymore. the RNG of Wicklow, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of things that they can make some slight improvements to, and just they'd be home runs. I think I want to see Hathor really stick around, and right now, yeah. I want to get away from Wicklow, man. Like that. I guess that's my thing. Is I love the idea of him, but I want to see it expand into something different. I don't know what it looks like, but I get turned off by the RNG of Wicklow in all this.
No, I think Croncy hit the nail on the head earlier. Like if there was I want ship components. I've got to go to this barter trader at this location, or I want FPS weapons. I got to go to this one, and I know it takes time, and I hope that they don't, when they do stuff like that, you don't need to build an enormous emporium that I'm sure your location designers spent like a huge amount of time on. Like, yeah, it's cool to walk around, but you're doing everything on the Moby from the hangar anyway. Like, how many people are going in and spending a ton of time in Wikello's emporium that justifies the amount of time spent on it, right?
Yeah.
You do it once to check it out because it's cool.
Yeah.
And then
and it's super cool. They did a great job. But let's tone it down, or make it an actual NPC that you have to go up and talk to. But I'm sure that'll be here in 5 years.
I don't care about that. I just want it to like make it make sense.
Yeah.
And right now, just I would love to just be like, I really want a Corsair, and I just go there and get it.
Yeah.
Right. Like I work my butt off. I do all the things I need to do to get it, and then I get it. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. That's just where I'm at. Oh, it's like almost perfect. It's all like I always find the worst in everything. It's just it's my superpower. I'm sorry for it, but I hope people understand that how I'm saying it is like it's so close. It's so good. Like people ask, why do you still play the game? Because it's so close to being good. Like, why do you still stream? I get those comments all the time. I got like 3 of them today, and it's like, dude, because it's so close.
In between every issue that you have like that one thing that you're like, holy shit, that's sick.
Like that was Hathor the other day.
I fell through the floor, right? Like, it's that immediate dive.
Yeah, like it was Hathor the other day. It was so fun, man. It was so fun. Like taking a hole from somebody was just epic. And then like they come back, like they tier 0, come back, and you're just like, oh, damn it. Like we're so close. I mean, and then the worm location. If you had any PvP there, that experience has to be horrible. Like I think I was happy because I didn't have any, because if I did, it was going to be constant respawning back at the same location. And the guy, like if he didn't get me this time, he was going to get me the 5th time,
Yeah. Yeah, while our experiences with that one have been good, I have been hearing people complaining about, like spawn campers in the trams and stuff. Yeah, which we called out during PTU.
We all gave
that
was
going to happen.
They didn't listen.
Exactly. So
they half listened because like for some reason they just think they're smarter than us, and it's like, guys, we're the ones who play. You don't just listen on some of these things, please. We're not trying to be like you're dumb, we're smart, but it's like I think that one was just so obvious. Like, if you wanted to respawn us and make it simple to get back, put it at the tram location where you get the tram. We all said that. Everyone was like, that is the good middle ground. End of story, done, right? Like tier 0 could still be there, but give us some time to like, if we took the worm, give us some time to kill it maybe, right? Yeah. And it's like, they don't even give you that time. So I don't know. It bothers me.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
It would be nice, I think, to see the shuttles on, because they're on every 2 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I think, or 4. Like, I feel like it should be way longer than that.
Agreed.
Like, it needs to be 10, 15-minute intervals, right? Like, you got to give people a chance to get their loot out and deal with that. But
yeah.
The other thing, I've been playing some 4.2.1, and I think I have a complete guess that this is really all we're going to see for 4.2.1 is the event, which is largely working for the most part. I mean, I've been able to turn in a couple hundred SCU to like 2 of the corps so far, and it seems to have worked almost completely out of the box, which is great to see. So I'm sure we'll get bug fixes, but I feel like they're gearing up for engineering. like the amount of bug fixing like resources that they're going to need to tackle that when it hits tech preview. Like it seems like I don't think we'll get engineering with 4.2.1 obviously, but I think they're preparing themselves resource wise for that.
Very possibly.
That's a good point.
Yeah, my takeaway is like, yeah, there's not much happening in July historically for Star Citizen except for Foundation Festival. This event would fit pretty well around a free fly for the most part, and like a new player experience. So that works. And then like, yeah, it's not very content heavy. So does that mean that they can put more QA towards doing this tech preview? Probably.
Yeah, we're engineers, right? They keep saying we don't have enough,
Yeah.
engineers to do all these things at one time. Or, I mean, I wouldn't even care if they did nothing in Star Citizen and they just put everyone on Squadron 42 and get that done, right? Like just get it out of the way. Both are good choices, right? Both lead us to the promised land faster than how we're getting there right now. So, yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Well, what do you? One thing about Squadron, I was thinking about this the other day because Chris Roberts made an appearance at one of the Bar Citizens that was in Manchester last weekend, and apparently talked a lot about Squadron 42 Chapter 2 and 3 to people when he was at the bar. So I don't know. I wonder if
I hate
we
this
see.
man. I hate this man so much.
I'm just saying, like, I think everybody treats it like Squadron. Oh, when Squadron is out, the PU will finally get the attention that it's always deserved and has so desperately needed. And like, I just wonder if that's going to happen.
I hope. I hope so. At least take a break for a little while.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But
yeah, he clearly
that's all
doesn't care. He doesn't care about us, guys. He doesn't care about us.
My thing has always been like it's very typical to be like CIG want to chase money, and so I'm like, all right, if they do, then after Squadron releasing, swapping to Star Citizen as much as possible makes sense from a monetary standpoint.
Yeah.
So it's probably still going to be the case. So the hope is that the people that end up working on future Squadron stuff, assuming Squadron is a success, because they also won't do it if it flops horrendously, is that it's all mostly story stuff, right? It's all the tech and all that gets moved over to Star Citizen, and then they can just do story, level design, just do that for the future things.
Yeah,
I hope.
But, all right, Snugs, we got one more person that's calling in anyway, so feels
Thanks,
like a
gents.
good point.
You guys have a good one, and thank you for everything you do as always.
Thank you. It was a fun call. Appreciate you. All right, so we got another caller. They're muted right now. So, Dark, if you could hear us, we're about to pull you in. So, try to get that mic unmuted. We'll see if we have any audio issues with Dark. Dark, can you hear us?
Yes.
Perfect.
How you
doing?
The second time calling?
Oh, second. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah.
We've now been going so long that I'm starting to, like, I was very good at recognizing first-time callers, and now I'm getting bad at it. My apologies.
No problem. I just want to speak about my experience on Bar Citizen Montreal last week.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I've been talking with Benoit Beauséjour for almost maybe more than half an hour.
Nice. He's cool.
He's a super nice guy. It's amazing. Yeah. You know that the guy care about that game. He played the game. He talk about all the experience they have when they something broke and they have fun with their friend. Even find his team.
Wait, what? What was the last thing?
The team with the people who all often play with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
He seems to be the exception rather than the rule, which is why we love him so much.
Yeah, but the Montreal studio seems to be a little bit different since they work for so long. They work on their private contract. They have to deliver, so that's different.
Yeah,
it's different. I imagine it's very just like because it was a pre-existing company. It likely had like a different culture
Yeah.
within it.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah.
Even they still have some contract they have with government and things they have to finish. They don't take new anymore. That's what they say. Also, one thing really interesting they have said is then on the Hathor location in future this should be in an instance.
Whoa, Hathor?
Yep.
Whoa.
That's what they
Okay.
say.
That's
So
interesting.
Good.
Which Hathor,
as long
I
as it
don't
can still
know.
be interacted with. Well, as long as it can still as long as I'm doing it, and then you, Mike, as a PvP person, can still join the instance. I think.
Yeah. Okay. So instance, as in limited of how many people can be there. Yeah. Okay.
Probably what I've understand that you land on the place, and when you jump on the train, the other place will be an instance. So the server will be amazing all the time.
Hopefully. So okay. Yeah, calling it an instance, I think people might think that it's like I'm in my own dungeon by myself, but I think it's making it its own server and protecting it
exactly.
until it hits like a
There are
critical mass, and then they'll make another one that it sneaks into.
there are ways to do instances without it completely changing how the game would play from a gameplay perspective.
Exactly.
Because the goal is truly to free some memory from the server. When a server is generate a planet, it generate everything at once.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. So by having those little server everywhere, that's will be some kind of phase 2 before they have having the real server will be dynamic. I think I will see that coming pretty soon.
Yeah, I see somebody in Twitch chat saying, I don't like instances. I don't like isolating people from the sandbox. It doesn't matter what you like and what you don't like. Neither do I. If it would, in a perfect world, we'd all be able to like coexist in the game together. But like we live in reality, and if so long as it's not able to be too abused, because here's how I envision it. I always mention Test Squadron just because they're the biggest org, not because I think that they would like do this or anything like that necessarily maliciously, but like if you have like a really big org, do you just fill an instance so you're able to do the worm or Hathor without any friction, right? And like it's meant, if these locations are meant to be frictionful, then hopefully it will be like, oh, well, you can only have, if the instance is 300 cap, then you can only have 150 people from your organization in that instance, then you are capped, right? So long as they start doing things like that,
rules around it.
Yeah, so long as they're able to like create some rules to keep the game together, and the intention of the experience that you're going for. Hathor is a PvP location. Lazarus is a PvP location. You can argue that they shouldn't be or they should be. I mean, I don't think that Lazarus should be, personally. I think it should be a PvE location or like a dungeon, but Hathor should not be. Hathor needs to have ships fighting above it, people fighting on the ground. Like that is what it's about. And so long as they don't take away from the spirit of that, I'm all for whatever they need to do to make the game run better, right?
Yes. I don't think there will be a different server. Don't see it as a private server. See it more that when you arrive, it's the same thing as a loading screen. So when you get on train, you load that just that little part, and everybody can come or go from that little part. It's just you have to go to the train. That's the loading part.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. Apparently, there's been like a lot of info coming out of Bar Citizens. I saw Board made a video, but I didn't watch it yet. Of like talking about economy changes and things like that. So I don't know, but they were talking this week. They were yapping. So we'll see.
Sincerely, the people who work there with the community, that's amazing. We truly have a really good community. That's I never see that on other game before. It's you have some toxic. It's not the thing doesn't come as fast as you can, as you want. that's fine. That game has been we wait for that game for so long. That's normal.
Anyone I've interacted with in person has been awesome. It's just the random people that you interact with online, or maybe the not so random people that you interact with online that has not been the best experiences for me personally, which is why I like shy away from bar citizens and stuff, because it's like, well, what if those people end up coming? How is it going to end up?
Oh, they don't. They don't.
They typically don't. Yeah. So it's like I shouldn't shy away, but I do.
I also have another news. Tony Z is still in the company.
Oh, really?
Let's go.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
I have a guy.
So he's stuck in the room downstairs.
Yeah,
it's just not in the front anymore. It's more in backstep. He's there for a really long time. He doesn't want to go on camera anymore. He's just
fair.
do his job.
If I am not surprised by any CIG dev not wanting to be on camera.
No,
because of how you did just say the community is great, but the part of the community that isn't great is particularly toxic to a lot of the devs a lot of the time, especially when they're just like, I just want to talk about this cool worm I made, right? So
from my Discord is it's so difficult to deal with. It's like, I've built a community on like, we make fun, like we make fun of some of the developers and have a good time with them, like ribs back and forth, like I do. But it's like they don't know you like they know me, number one. Number two, it's like they're always blaming the developer that is like being told what to work on and not blaming the like heads of the company that decide the shitty priorities that they've chosen over the years. And it's like it's been an endless battle that I'm not winning. And I've tried, like I have banned so many people and I cannot win this battle. Like that is the worst part of the community by far.
That's way simple than that the people doesn't understand second degree humor anymore. It's just that. No.
It's crazy. Like for me, if Tony Z still works at the company and he's making decisions, those are the people that I would be. So if I was him, I would be hiding, because those are the people that kind of do deserve the criticism for the state that the game is in. CR, him, to some extent Benoit, as much as he's probably trying to do the best based on everything we've heard from him. Those are the guys that, you know, when this thing falls on its face sometimes, those are the people that are the ones that are usually the reason for it, and they're the ones who have to pick it back up. And so, yeah.
Oh, I also have another thing. When the 3.18 hit, that will take a super long time before they have another patch after that. It's just after they have received the lawyer team, the pursuit or lawsuit. Sorry, I missed my English there. When they received that lawsuit, they have to abandon part of the game. That's why they've been so long after 3.18. They have to build their Star Engine. Now we are on Star Engine and they only go forward. So thing will go not super fast, but we'll always go forward from now. So that's a really good news.
Okay. I mean, that was a long time ago.
And I didn't think anything would really come of that anyway, to be honest. But
yeah. But
no, because they build themselves a new engine just for them, so that take a long time, and now they have it and they keep it. They won't have any more problem.
Hopefully,
at least I hope.
Hopefully, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like the future is feeling a little brighter. That's like where I'm coming. Like I just see. All right, we're past this worm. We're past Hathor. They're doing. Whatever phase 2, basically the regen crisis and supply or die, version 2 and just a better version of it. And it's like, all right, like there's a chance they might actually clean up what they already have, which is nice, on top of maybe hopefully delivering a few interesting things. I don't know. So we'll see.
One thing we don't.
This coming week is going to be really important in terms of like confirming those thoughts, right?
Yes,
because it is still the first few days of the new patch. Exactly. Yeah, this could be insanely terrible in like 2 days' time. But the fact that we've got a hotfix patch already is a good sign. The fact that the next patch, while very cool, seems a lot more content light than the last few patches, meaning theoretically they could get more fixes in, is a good sign.
Yeah.
The big problem they have right now, they have to fix, is truly the game running on one core. They have to make it better. That's what Benoit says. His life now. It's how many time you take on that thread. It's no, you take too much. You can't have that. That when they manage to fix that, the game will feel way better, way quicker, smoother. That's probably one of the last thing that make the game feel a little bit jank. But past that, the server are pretty good right now. They have some desync, but past that, if you don't do the big event, if you just do your little thing or your mission, they all feel good. It's when you go to the big location with a lot of people, that's where you have some desync.
Yeah.
But in general, if you look at past year, 1 year ago at the same time, the game is so much better.
Of course.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I guess Dark, if there's anything else, is this where we leave you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. I love the insight from the bar citizen as well, and that's cool. So tell Benoit we say
Tony
hello.
Z's alive.
And Tony Z is alive and singing his soul away. So yeah. So thank you, Dark. We appreciate you, man.
Okay, bye.
Nice call. Bye now. Yeah. Okay. Tony Z is alive and well, apparently. Wild.
Yep.
Snugs?
Well, he didn't say he's well. We don't know if he's well.
Oh, hold on. I got to sneeze, but then.
Yeah, this is an important.
Yeah, there's an important chat.
Yeah, this is an important correction from Snugs.
First caller, Snugs. Oh no, I have to sneeze again. You read.
So Snugs has let us know that a quick correction to what they said earlier about the Squadron 42 Chapter 2 and 3. Chris Roberts said that those will only be worked on after the main Star Citizen development is complete 1.0, which is a very, very different thing than
yes.
Than what we were discussing. So yeah.
Yes, that's very good. That's very, very good.
That's huge news, actually. Honestly,
yeah.
If true, big.
Yeah, because that was what everybody was a little concerned about. Was like,
yeah.
Okay, if they make a lot of money, are they just going to say, "Well, Star Citizen, we don't need to focus on that. We can just make another one of these." And it's like, all right, another 13 years.
Infinite Squadrons.
Yeah. Watch Board Gamers video. He talked directly to CR. All right, I will. I'll probably react to it. I think it's been up for a while as well. And I usually feel like those should be shared around the world as much as possible. So when people go to Bar Citizens and get kind of exclusive info, those should never exist. Like the fact, it drives me mad that we don't get ISCs and that stuff happens. It annoys me to no end. It's like everything should be public for everybody in this open development game, and it sometimes just isn't. It's like, it's annoying. So anytime I know something, I like, especially like Elliot was here earlier. Sometimes he'll just say something, and I'm like, can you make a Spectrum post on that? Because I don't think like we should be the only ones that hear this. I think everybody should.
We appreciate the exclusive,
of course.
But,
yeah. Of course. So, yeah, but again, kind of a slow week. So a little bit of a slow podcast. Oh, let me take Dark off the screen there. And I think that's where we leave it.
All be bangers, Mike. Every podcast can't be banger. Some of them have to be a little bit short so that next week we get to complain a ton about whatever gets revealed during the video content this week.
If there is any video content. I think, I think you said, 2 weeks or something. So maybe they'll talk about this because they're pretty, I mean, I think the rewards are there. I think, I think they're being pretty open about not hiding this stuff. So I think maybe they'll just go right into an ISC, but we'll see. So
and I
don't know. Go ahead. You said you were going to say, and then.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and then we'll if literally nothing happens this coming week, we'll get you guys a topic of something. I would love to talk a little bit more, maybe about where these kind of events could go, where these sort of stories could go over the course of the next year and a half, and like not just in terms of lore, but in terms of gameplay, what we could maybe see. So
yeah,
we'll
I
cook up some
agree.
stuff.
Like my first thought is like more impactful.
Yeah,
They don't make an impact, right?
yeah,
Like imagine if there was an event that Citizens for Prosperity takes over Checkmate, and all of a sudden it's cleaned up.
Yeah.
And it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's not garbage everywhere, and it's like
yeah.
there's better food and drink, and it's just like, whoa, So like something like that. That's what I would love to see. So just to start to get your juices flowing, if that is our discussion topic for next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's where we leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button. Check us out on Twitch if you guys haven't yet. Do you have any plans of Star Citizen stuff this coming week? I know obviously wife is pregnant, so there's lots of other important things.
Yeah, Cheeky Tuesday stream this week, but that's also because after we play some Star Citizen this week, going to be doing a Magic stream with a fellow Aussie streamer who only plays Final Fantasy, but because he played Final Fantasy, he's now
he wants to play
Magic.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Bring him in, so we'll be doing some of that.
Nice. Me, it's on my alt account, gathering, loot goblining, and getting some spaceships, hopefully, that I can use for 4.2.1. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Thank you for everybody who watched on Twitch. Thank you for everybody who watched on YouTube. Hit the follow buttons here on Twitch if you guys haven't yet. And here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Check us out. All right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Croncy, as always, for being such a great co-host. And everybody, don't forget
to answer the call.
Yeah. All right. I stopped it. That should be good. All right. Who do we raid?